Businesses across India and globally are embracing cloud technologies and SaaS solutions to elevate their operational efficiency, drive innovation, and expand their reach. Now, these technology shifts are no longer optional but imperative for organizations seeking to stay competitive in a digital first world. Companies are making significant investments in these systematic changes, aiming to better understand their customers, optimize processes, and create the next generation of innovative products. And AI, in particular, has emerged as a critical enabler in this transformation. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Analytics Insight podcast, where we talk about the ever evolving tech space. And I'm your host, Priya Dialani. Now, artificial intelligence has been causing quite a stir in the tech industry for a while now. With its ability to make intelligent decisions based on data analysis, it is becoming quite the game changer in various fields, including software as a service. Now, software as a service provides businesses with a treasure trove of software through subscription models. So, whether you're a business owner looking to streamline your operations or a software developer wanting to stay ahead of the AI curve, it is important to understand how AI is impacting the SaaS industry in today's market. Let's welcome Rajat Vohra, CEO of Redington Limited India, to help us understand how enterprises can navigate the complexities of digital transformation and ensure sustainable growth. Hi Rajat, how are you doing?
Hi, very good morning. I'm good, Priya. How are you? Thank you for having me over.
Thank you so much, Rajat. I am doing good too, and it's a pleasure to have you on a podcast today. And of course, I mean, software as a service, AI, cloud, all of these technologies are somehow are getting interconnected and helping companies to get ahead in the digital transformation curve. But I guess in today's discussion, we'll be unlocking more such insights as to what direction or strategic directions companies can take in terms of navigating the complexities of this digital era that we are living in, and how they can scale sustainably. But before we, get into our deeper conversation, we would like to know more about Redington Limited. So if you could help us understand about the company, its specialization, it would be great.
Sure. Thank you very much. So I think let me start. We started our distribution operations in 1993. So we are 32 years old. We started off by doing at that time what was more critical around components, and then we moved into devices when the Indian market was scaling up to the next level on accessibility. And then, we started expanding both geographically as well as from a technology standpoint. And we ventured into, apart from India, into Middle East, Africa, Turkey, Egypt, Singapore. With technology, we've moved up from devices to enterprise to software to cloud, because in India, I think the amount of technologies that are available, one of the biggest levers was how do we enable and adopt those technologies for our partners and customers. So today we cut across multiple businesses. What was our core at a point in time, which was components and devices. Today, we have a large enterprise solutions group. We have ventured into what is very critical in today's era, which is SaaS, security, software, and cloud. And we have a separate business unit managing these new technologies because, not only do we, sell these technologies, we enable sales. So we've deployed in close to about 250 odd pre-sales support people doing POCs and enabling our partners and customers to adopt the right technologies what are needed in that area and space. Last quarter, our declared results, we did 29,118 crores at a 17% growth. And the fastest growing business was indeed our SaaS business, our cybersecurity, and our cloud business, followed by Android, and then the other ecosystems that we do. We specialize in IT distribution, cloud, cybersecurity, supply chain solutions, hardware support, and then also enabling a lot of technology on the platforms. We operate on three different platforms. One is for our partners, which is called our digital platform. And for cloud and others, we use CloudQuarks so that we are able to seamless integrate and be operationally the best for our partners and customers in these spaces. In India, we cover close to about 40 odd thousand channel partners, and we deal with close to about 140 brands on one side, enabling all the technologies that are needed by our partners and in turn for their customers. That's a bit about us.
Great, thank you for that overview, Rajat. And it's clear that your organization isn't just operating within the industry, but actively shaping how it evolves. And I'm really glad to understand the combination of deep domain expertise with technology-driven innovation. The company is solving real-world challenges at scale. Moving ahead, Rajat, we would like to know more about you. You are a seasoned, results-driven, and focused business leader with a demonstrative ability to develop business strategy, create and lead a highly driven team successfully across consumer and enterprise segments of leading Fortune 500 technology, telecom, and oil industries. So, as the CEO of Redington India, how would you describe the company's transformation journey and the strategic direction you have set for the organization?
So I think when you look at Redington's transformation, I think it mirrors the technology industry shift that we are seeing from hardware-led distribution to software, cloud AI services. We are actually evolved from being hardware distributor to an ecosystem orchestrator, where we talk about not only selling various technologies, various GTMs, but also enabling our partner ecosystem to expand and ensure that they're able to leverage all the technologies that are available for their customers. In today's era, I think when the world is talking about AI, SaaS, cloud, I think that's one area where we are choosing to invest ahead of the curve. We invested in cloud about 10 years back, and today we are seeing humongous growth coming in because of the adoption of cloud business by the enterprise and the SMB customers. Second, I think not only do we enable various technologies being available, we also ensure that how do we really look at newer GTMs and newer ways to cover the market? Today, I think our focus strategic pillars are very, very clearly defined, which we believe is going to enable the next few years of growth for us in the country. It is about market transformation by getting more and more partners for customers. We are getting into newer ways of selling to our partners through various platforms, as I said, both from an ease of doing business plus information that is available. Third, I think we are really looking at how do we expand the upcountry markets. Today, we are realizing that the potential of IT with the kind of SMB customer base expanding in tier 2, tier 3 cities, larger customer bases of GCCs also setting up in tier 2, tier 3 cities with talent being available. That's one focus area for us, starting maybe 6 months back. What we foresee is going to give us phenomenal results in the times to come. Second, I think, as I said, we've moved away from what was originally hardware selling and operational efficiency and selling the best to looking at newer models, right? Because it is moving to software as a service, AI, subscription. How do we really look at adopting and giving our partners an ecosystem where they can execute for their customers various the various options being available around that? That's our second piece, and that is where we've created a separate business group called SSG, which encompasses cloud, software, and security. We all know India, security business, which is worldwide a threat and top priority for most of the CIOs in the country. That's one area that we are looking at cybersecurity as a very clear focus. Software, we all know, is getting more and more productized, more and more as a service. Today, we've created multiple GTMs to enable our partners and customers so that they are able to create a winning story with them. Third, I think we are looking at certain newer technologies to be brought in, which fills in the gap which is needed by the SMB and the large enterprise customers for us in the country. So today, being an ecosystem player, I think these are few strategies that we are looking at in enabling everything that is available. How do we really make the whole tech stack easy, understandable by our partners, and then in turn go and talk to the customers so that we can create a winning story? So those are few things we are looking at, apart from ensuring that people strategy and other strategies are in place for us to ensure that we are able to drive. And the true testimony is that we are growing more than 20% year on year for the first 2 quarters. And we are pretty confident with the kind of demand that is available today, both on the enterprise side as well as the absorption on the consumer side. There is a long way for us to grow in the country. So with these enablers, I think it's more about from being a supplier to being an enabler, from being a distributor to being an ecosystem player. A lot of investments are being done. Today, we are looking at creating a AI center of excellence where we will do we will get ISVs, we'll get a lot of infra players, we'll get cloud, where the customers and partners could come with a real life problem, and then we'll create a solution which will solve the problem for them. So a lot of investments are getting into the space of AI, cloud, SaaS, cybersecurity, which enables easy adoption of all these technologies for our partners and customers.
That was incredibly insightful, Rajat. And definitely what stands out is that Reddington's transformation hasn't been about isolated changes. It's been a deeply intentional end-to-end reinvention of the business. And of course, a shift from a traditional distribution model to a platform-led, solutions-driven organization reflects not just where the market is headed, but where Reddington wants to lead. And of course, it's a strong reminder that sustainable transformation is as much about leadership and vision as it is about execution. Moving ahead, when we're talking about digital transformation, I think, it is more about the adoption of advanced technologies, there's integration of tools, and of course, re-engineering of processes to optimize the outcomes that organizations want to deliver. And today's successful digital transformation initiatives are underpinned by strategic planning and leadership commitment. And there are a lot of other factors that also come into picture where you need to have a culture of innovation, continuous learning. Teams should be able to adapt to technological advancements and embrace change effectively. So, as cloud, software as a service, AI, and cybersecurity converge to reshape the enterprise demand, what strategic priorities should technology providers and ecosystem players should focus on to drive large scale adoption?
I think when you look at cloud, software as a service, AI, cybersecurity, they've fundamentally shifted the enterprise priorities. And our focus is to enable scalable, secure, outcome driven adoption, not just pure play distribution. Under Unlock Next, I think we moved from product delivery to ecosystem enablement, simplifying access, accelerating migration, and strengthening cyber resilience. We do that by enabling our partners through pre-sales support across various technologies, because it gets difficult for our partners to really invest in pre-sales across hundreds and thousands of technologies that are being available. As an ecosystem orchestrator, as I said, it's our responsibility to ensure that we make our partners capable and ensure that we are able to get the right technologies adopted not only by the enterprise but also by the SMB customers in the country. We are scaling platforms like Redington Online, CloudQuarks, deepening hyperscaler alliances, and expanding Gen AI offerings through Red AI. When you look at Redington as an organization, today we do a lot of AI work for our own selves. Today we've adopted, level one support for our partners and internal to be all agentic AI, where we've got agents to do that. Within our organization today, we've created humongous amount of use cases, which we are now trying to create a platform and go and take it to our partners who can adopt it for themselves as well as their set of customers. Apart from that, we are looking at all used AI cases being done by various brands within India and globally to see which are the sectors that we can enable, especially in India when it comes to hospitality, AI. We see a lot of adoption happening in these sectors. A center of excellence in AI and cybersecurity provide end-to-end frameworks, as I said, right from ensuring enterprise adoption and at speed, and ensure that with newer GTMs, which could be as a service, could be more subscription based, could be more outcome driven based. And for that, as I said earlier, I think we also transformed ourselves as an organization by enabling a lot of GTM changes internally, a lot of process changes internally, so that we are able to leverage and scale what is required to be done in the marketplace, which is fast moving. I think with double digit growth and platform led orchestration, we are well positioned to drive the next wave of cloud AI security across India, across our partner base, and across customer segments, which would be either in the enterprise or in the SMB space at large.
Definitely. And I think when we are talking about cloud, AI, and even cybersecurity, I think they aren't treated as separate pillars today, but rather a unified operating fabric. And that's when adoption naturally becomes less about experimentation and more about the enterprise wide transformation. And I think this entire convergence is also reshaping how ecosystems collaborate. Technology providers can no longer innovate in silos, and success increasingly depends on co creation, open ecosystems, and a shared responsibility for security, resilience, and compliance. With that in mind, when you're talking about artificial intelligence, you discussed about there are certain industries, how these technologies have transformed these industries, and of course, it's offering automation, there's efficiency, which were previously unattainable. But as businesses rush to harness AI's transformative potential, many companies stumble over its integration challenges. Now, within channel and partnership ecosystems, AI holds immense promise, from streamlining partner management to optimizing marketing and sales strategies. But before organizations take the leap into AI implementation, there are certain challenges that they have to navigate in terms of scaling the effectiveness and success of their AI projects. So, with AI, becoming a core of the modern commerce, what are the biggest challenges channel partners and solution integrators face in embedding AI in customer workflows?
I think my views on this, as AI increasingly drives modern commerce, channel partners grapple with challenges like skill gaps in deploying generative AI, infrastructure complexities for scalable adoption, and the need for rapid proof of concepts among evolving customer demands in sectors like retail, edtech, and many other sectors. These hurdles often stem from limited access to specialized training, integration complexities across hybrid environments, and the pressure to innovate without disrupting the existing platform for customers. We address most of these problems through enabling a partner ecosystem through pre-sales support, post-sales support on various technologies that they are enabled for our partners to be taken to their set of customers. Today, I think at Redington, a lot of initiatives like our Red AI, developing in partnership with AWS, simplify AI integration by offering plug and play generative AI solutions, technical support for POCs, training to achieve generative AI competency. A lot of those things we've done as Redington to enable our partners to leverage us so that they're able to solve the customer problem in any facet of technology. Today, when you look at the top three challenges that most of the CIOs are facing is more around AI. What do we do differently? How do we get better technology, sustainable technology? How do we get the right, hybrid cloud solutions? How do we get the right ecosystem so that we are able to solve a business problem for our customers? Today, as I said, most of the partners have a lot of capability around various technologies, but the ability to look at a holistic view for the customer, right from, say, a device to cloud, whatever is needed, whichever technology is needed, how do we ensure that there is sustainable, safe, secure environment, a tech environment for our customer? Second, I think with a lot of AI being used, we know AI is going to be the future. A lot of things today can be done with the AI framework. As an ecosystem orchestrator, it is our responsibility to create a lot of solutions that could be sector specific, could be customer geo specific, which can be deployed by large by our set of partners. So we are trying to get a lot of solutions built in so that a lot of those AI solutions can also be productized and ensure that we are able to solve for problems. And once you're able to solve for one or two tactical problems, I think the customer forever becomes yours in terms of the partner ecosystem. With the kind of investments that we've done internally as an organization to enable all this, A lot of partners today are leveraging the ecosystem that we've created for them, which then in turn they're able to devise the right solution for the customer. This enables partners to experiment with tools like Amazon Bedrock, QuickSight, tackling real-time use cases in healthcare, government, commerce, while accelerating GTM strategies. We bolster with over 250 pre-sales resources, free technical employment, project management, ecosystem and alliances, so that the partners can really leverage the capability that we built for them to be taken to their set of customers, which helps them solve the real life challenges. I think by investing in all these community led tech agnostic efforts, we have positioned ourselves as an ecosystem enabler, helping partners, enabling partners to solve for any technology challenge that our customers face today. And we cater to partners and customers across all segments, all technologies. And when I say segments, right from a very large enterprise to SMB, mid market to consumer. We try and cover the end to end space so that we are able to not only look at every part of customer and consumer segment, we have all the technologies and the capability that we built over a period of time. How do we leverage it and take it? We do a lot of tech sessions for our partners in talking about how did we evolve ourselves. It is not only about understanding the technology, but it is also about process changes, policy changes that the organizations have to do to cater to the next level of growth in the tech space. And today, as Redington, I think we've established ourselves as a player who's done it ourselves. And today, we do it for our partners, in turn, to be done for our customers across various segments.
Definitely. I think those are very valid points, Rajat. And I think what really stands out from your answer is that, like AI adoption isn't just a technology challenge, it's equally a people, process, and trust challenge. And for channel partners and solution integrators, the real complexity lies in bridging the gap between powerful AI capabilities and the practical realities of customer workflows. And I think that sets up a very interesting conversation about what it takes to move from experimentation to enterprise wide AI adoption. So, my next question is somewhere related to the other side of what we have discussed. I mean, we discussed how AI, along with machine learning and data analytics, are advancing broad range of tasks and industries, and there's creation of new jobs. We are solving problems which previously deemed unsolvable. So the potential is definitely vast, and I think we are just beginning to witness its impact on our society, economy, and the overall environment. But with AI becoming such an integral part and how we work, communicate, and make decisions, I think responsible AI has also emerged as a necessity to help businesses integrate and implement reliable and ethical AI applications and technologies. And we have been having endless discussions and debates around the ethical usage of AI, responsible and explainable AI. So, how do you think the industry can ensure trust, interoperability, and security as organizations are scaling their AI initiatives?
See, as organizations scale AI adoption, the industry emphasizes zero trust architectures, robust identity and access management, which is IAM, and end to end encryption to safeguard data pipelines and ensure compliance and rising threats. Ethical frameworks prioritize data governance, cross functional collaboration, built in controls from the outset to foster trust across various diverse systems that are there today. Projections indicate AI spending growth, underscoring the need of secure, scalable platforms that balance growth. Today, we try and solve a lot of these challenges through strategic partnerships like EDB, delivering Postgres based AI solutions that prioritize data sovereignty, compliance, and security enterprise in regulated market. Today, the biggest thing is how do we really look at trust, secure as very big enablers? And you're absolutely bang on. This is one of the top challenges that most of the CIOs are facing in the country. We actually try and get various secure tools, look at an end-to-end solution to minimize the threat as well as have the right ethical AI being used. Today we do understand across the globe the kind of risks that we are seeing in this era to the solutions that are being delivered to enable that risk. These are all ecosystems that we've created today for our set of customers. How do we get into a phase of ensuring that you first understand the right need, create the pilot ecosystems, do a test run internally, figure out before we take it to the larger customer base? Even at customers, a lot of AI adoption is being piloted, tested, retested, so that the potential risk of it getting into the zone beyond the ethical AI as we define it goes down. Today, we've built capability around various platforms, as I said, whether it is hyperscalers, ISVs, hardware OEMs, local service providers, our own capability on pre and post sales, plus having deeper understanding of security solutions. How do we, and with all the strength that we've created, we actually take it to our partner base and ensure that we understand the true need of the customer and try and give them a right AI solution with the right security parameters so that the adoption is at scale, but at the same time, the factor of trust, safe, secure environment, sustainable environment is also in line the take. So these are few things that we are doing for our partners and customers to ensure that we are able to mitigate the risks that we see today because of adoption of AI across various customer bases. One of the biggest things around this is also data. And I think a lot of work is being done by Redington on the data side to ensure that not only is it safe and secure, but how do we get the right data lakes? How do we support a partner ecosystem and customer ecosystem to have the right data points? Because one of the big risks that people also carry is because of multiple data points with multiple zonings available. How do we ensure that we enable our partners and customers to look at the right secure environment? You still look at a data lake, but look at far more secure environments which can be then trusted. And as I said on the process, sideline, it is so very important that not only do we look at the right processes, but we also do pilot test, pilot test, pilot test, learn, 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 so that once it is deployed at scale, even if it is at one single customer site, it is piloted with all ecosystems being aware, which is what ensures that at least the risk factor of ethical AI is minimized at all customer base points. And today, as I said, the as Redington, we do a lot of agentic AI solutions for our internal usage, and there are learnings that we get out of it, so that we are able to not only learn but take our learnings to the wider market so that adoption can be at scale, can be safe, and can be secure.
Well, that was a really comprehensive perspective, and I'm so glad that it was a really nice breakdown, I would say. And I think what clearly comes through is that scaling AI responsibly isn't just a technology problem. You need to focus on governance, culture, and ecosystem as well. And I think what's particularly important is that we need that shift in mindset from moving fast at any cost to moving smart with guardrails. And I think this AI is becoming more deeply embedded into core business decisions. I think these principles won't be optional, they will be foundational. And conversations like this are really important to help leaders understand that successful AI adoption at scale is as much about discipline and collaboration as it is about innovation. So I think with the overall discussion that we have, the key to success is innovating, and companies will have to reinvest continuously. People will have to be learning more constantly, and governments will have to be very much attentive to the environment as it will require changes in rules and regulations. So, looking ahead, what does digital transformation specifically in India and other emerging markets really need in terms of growing in this digital transformation era, and which goes beyond just cloud adoption or maybe just basic automation tools?
So I think as Redington, our vision is to position ourselves as a catalyst that accelerates digital transformation across India and emerging markets, across various technologies on cloud, AI, cybersecurity, and make it accessible, scalable, and inclusive. I think the next decade belongs to India digital builders, and our role is to power them from ensuring availability of technology, right systems, right processes, training, coaching, so that our partner ecosystem can take these various technologies to the market. As stated, I think we are moving to an ecosystem orchestrator of digital ecosystems across India and Middle East. We work very closely with a lot of startup ecosystem on the AI side to ensure that we are able to quickly take the right solutions to the market in the space of AI. Our biggest growth unlocks, is going to come from expansion of cloud, AI-led solutions, cybersecurity modernization, and converting our SMBs into digital-first enterprises. Today, I think the good part is that a lot of SMBs today understand the importance of having the right technology, the right AI solutions, which was a challenge a decade plus back in the country. And with the kind of GDP growth that we are seeing in India, which is anywhere between 6.5% to 7%, and looking at the IT spend, which is generally about 60 to 80% more than the GDP from a growth standpoint, I think India is well poised as an economy, as a country, to really scale across the adoption of digital transformation. Today, with more and more, upper end of SMB really finding value in adopting digital ecosystems, we foresee that digital transformation is going to be a key aspect in the country for the next 5 years and beyond. As a ecosystem orchestrator, as a partner, as a responsible organization, we believe that it is our job to take the ecosystem to every nook and corner of the country so that people are able to gain, partners are able to gain, customers are able to gain. And we take pride in saying that we've made India completely a digital economy on the customer segment. I think digital acceleration is not a privilege, it's a national capability. And our vision is to make that capability real everywhere for everyone across all segments, commercial, enterprise, SMB, by ensuring that we are able to take the end to end tech stack by making most of the organizations digital savvy. And then, after being digital savvy, how do you transform them to be a completely digital enabler, which enables them to do their business better, to do their business with ease, a business which has safety, security, environments built in, which ultimately helps the organizations grow and in turn the country grow.
Definitely. And to wrap up, I guess as businesses continue to adopt software as a service and AI-driven solutions, the future of digital transformation looks promising. And I think companies are no longer just thinking about just automating their processes or improving efficiency. They are really keen to invest in technologies that will help them shape the future of their industries. So, whether it's developing the next generation of products or understanding the customers better, I think SaaS and AI are at the heart of this evolution. Well, thank you so much, Rajat, for taking out the time and effort to be on a podcast today and helping us understand that. While cloud technologies are offering scalability and flexibility, AI is enabling business to better understand their customers and innovate faster. And this is leading to endless possibilities for digital transformation. Thank you so much for your insights. It was lovely chatting with you.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me over. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Rajat. This is for our listeners. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and gained some insights around the evolution of digital transformation. Stay tuned for upcoming podcasts, and you can view all our previous podcasts on Spotify and other leading platforms. Thank you so much.